Beloved, there are moments in a person's life when time seems to stand still. Moments when prayers feel like they are rising but not returning with answers. Moments when you watch others move forward while you remain in the same place. You have fasted, you have believed, you have cried in the secret place, and yet nothing seems to change. Your heart has carried questions that your mouth could not speak. Your soul has wrestled with silence. But I came with a word for you today. Your long wait is not a wasted wait. Your long wait is not an empty season. Your long wait is about to make sense. There is a mystery with God. He does not operate according to human calendars. He operates according to divine timing. Because when God prepares a blessing for you, he does not only prepare the blessing, he prepares you for the blessing. If God gives you certain things too early, it can destroy you instead of establish you. So he uses seasons of waiting to build your strength, to refine your character, and to align your destiny. There is a way God works that is different from the expectations of men. Men are driven by urgency, but God is driven by purpose. Men measure progress by speed, but God measures progress by readiness. This is why many times when you expect God to move immediately, he chooses to move gradually, not because he lacks power, but because he is building something in you that will last. Every season in your life has an assignment, and until that assignment is complete, the next season cannot begin. You must understand that God is a God of seasons. Just like the earth has winter, spring, summer, and harvest, your life also has spiritual seasons. There is a season of planting where you sow in tears. There is a season of growth where nothing seems visible, but something is happening underneath. There is a season of waiting where your faith is tested. And there is a season of harvest where everything God promised begins to manifest. The mistake many people make is that they want the harvest season without honoring the process of the waiting season. Waiting is uncomfortable because it confronts your patience. Waiting is painful because it confronts your emotions. Waiting is difficult because it confronts your faith. But waiting is necessary because it develops your capacity. There are dimensions of blessing that your current level of strength cannot sustain. If God releases certain doors before your character is ready, pride can destroy you. If he releases certain opportunities before your wisdom is ready, you can lose them. So his love forces him to slow you down, not to punish you, but to prepare you. There are things God is doing in your waiting that you cannot see. While you are praying, he is arranging people. While you are believing, he is aligning circumstances. While you are crying, he is building strength inside you. You may feel like nothing is happening, but heaven is working behind the scenes. The silence of God is not the absence of God. The delay of God is not the denial of God. It is the preparation of God. In the waiting season, God works on your heart. He removes the need for validation from people. He breaks the fear that used to control you. He teaches you to trust him when there is no evidence. He teaches you to stand when there is no support. Because where he is taking you, you cannot depend on human approval. You must depend completely on him. There are attitudes that cannot survive in your next level. So God uses waiting to remove them. There are fears that cannot follow you into your destiny. So God uses waiting to break them. There are weaknesses that cannot enter your promise. So God uses waiting to strengthen you. Waiting is God's training ground. Many people think the blessing is the greatest miracle. But the greatest miracle is who you become in the process. Because when you become the right person, the blessing will come and remain. When you become the right person, the doors will open and stay open. When you become the right person, the favor will come and not leave your life. God is more interested in your transformation than your comfort. He is more interested in your preparation than your speed. He is more interested in your stability than your urgency. Because a blessing you are not prepared for can become a burden instead of a testimony. This is why you must not despise your season of waiting. Your waiting has meaning. Your waiting has purpose. Your waiting has power. Every day you remain in faith, you are growing. Every day you refuse to give up, you are becoming stronger. Every day you continue to pray, you are positioning yourself for manifestation. There is something about divine timing that makes everything beautiful. When God finally moves, you will realize that the waiting was worth it. You will see that if it came earlier, it would not have been as perfect. You will understand that God was protecting you, shaping you, and preparing you. And I declare over your life, this season of preparation will not be wasted. This season of waiting will produce strength in you. This season of delay will produce glory in you. You will not come out empty. You will come out refined. You will come out stronger. You will come out ready. Because God works in seasons, and your season of manifestation is closer than you think. There are times in your life when you will stand before closed doors that you were sure would open. Doors you prayed about, doors you fasted about, doors you believed God for. And when those doors remain closed, your human understanding interprets it as rejection. Your emotions interpret it as abandonment. Your mind interprets it as denial. But in the realm of the spirit, delay does not always mean denial. Many times, delay is divine protection. You must understand that God sees what you cannot see. He knows what is ahead of you. He knows the traps the enemy has set. He knows the people who look good on the outside but carry wrong intentions on the inside. He knows the environments that look like opportunities but carry hidden dangers. Because he loves you, he will not allow you to enter certain places until the time is right. Even if it hurts you temporarily, it is saving you permanently. There are relationships you cried over when they ended, but if they had continued, they would have destroyed your peace, your purpose, and your destiny. There were opportunities you lost that broke your heart, but if you had gained them, they would have distracted you from where your true lifting was connected. There were moments when things did not work out and you felt like a failure, but heaven was protecting you from battles you were not assigned to fight. God does not only bless by giving, he also blesses by preventing. He does not only bless by opening doors, he also blesses by closing doors. Because every open door is not a divine door. Some open doors are distractions. Some open doors are tests. Some open doors are traps. It takes the love of God to close a door that you are emotionally attached to but spiritually unassigned to. The painful truth is that sometimes you are ready for the blessing emotionally but not ready spiritually. Sometimes you desire it deeply but you do not have the strength to sustain it. If God allows it too early, you may lose it. If he allows it too early, it may damage you. So his mercy creates a delay, not to punish you, but to protect you. Delay is the wisdom of God in action. There are battles you never knew existed because God never allowed you to enter them. There are tears you never cried because God never allowed certain doors to open. There are regrets you never experienced because God stepped in and said no. You may not have understood it then, but one day you will look back and thank him for every delay. You will thank him for every closed door. You will thank him for every disappointment, because you will realize that what you called rejection was actually redirection. What you called delay was actually protection. God protects your destiny more than you protect your comfort. Sometimes the enemy studies your impatience. He knows you are tired of waiting. He knows you are desperate for change. So he presents counterfeits that look like answers. Counterfeit relationships, counterfeit opportunities, counterfeit breakthroughs. They look right, but they carry the wrong spirit. They look like progress, but they lead to destruction. This is why God allows delay, to prevent you from settling for what looks good instead of receiving what is God. Delay purifies your desires. Delay tests your motives. Delay strengthens your discernment. Because when you have waited long enough, you stop chasing everything. You become sensitive to what is truly meant for you. You stop forcing doors. You start trusting God's leading. There is also a dimension of protection where God hides you until the right time. Not everyone who sees you claps for you. Not everyone who celebrates you supports you. Some people monitor you. Some people envy you. Some people wait for your downfall. So God uses delay to hide you, to build you in secret, to strengthen you away from public eyes. When the foundation is strong enough, then he reveals you. If he reveals you too early, opposition can stop you. If he reveals you too early, pressure can break you. So he hides you in delay until you are unshakable. This is why you must learn to trust him even when you do not understand him. Just because it did not happen yesterday does not mean it will not happen. Just because it did not happen last year does not mean it will not happen. It simply means God is working on something deeper than what your eyes can see. And I declare over your life, every delay you have experienced will turn into a testimony. Every closed door will lead you to the right door. Every disappointment will lead you to divine appointment. You will not miss your destiny. You will not settle for less. What God has kept for you will come at the right time, in the right way, and nothing will be able to stop it. There is a mystery in the kingdom of God. Pain is never wasted when it is placed in the hands of God. What you call suffering, God calls shaping. What you call breaking, God calls building. And what you call loss, God calls preparation. There are dimensions of strength that cannot be taught by words. They can only be produced through experience. They can only be born through pain. Many people desire greatness, but they do not understand the price of capacity. Because every level of glory requires a level of strength to sustain it. If God gives you visibility without strength, pressure will destroy you. If he gives you influence without endurance, opposition will stop you. So before he trusts you with the open reward, he develops you in the secret place through pain. Pain has a way of revealing what comfort hides. When everything is working, you may not know how strong your faith is. When everything is easy, you may not know how deep your trust is. But when pain comes, it exposes your foundation. It reveals whether your faith depends on results or whether your faith depends on God. There are prayers you pray when you are comfortable, but there are deeper prayers that come out of pain. There is a hunger for God that only pain can produce. There is a desperation that only brokenness can release. Because when everything else fails, you discover that God is the only one you truly have. Some of you have cried tears that nobody saw. Some of you have endured battles that nobody understood. You smiled in public, but you were breaking in private. You encouraged others, but you were empty inside. You trusted God, but there were nights when fear tried to speak louder than your faith. But what you did not realize was that every moment of pain was producing something inside you. Pain produces endurance. Pain produces maturity. Pain produces spiritual depth. There is a strength that enters a person when they survive what was meant to break them. There is a confidence that enters a person when they see God carry them through impossible seasons. There is a stability that enters a person when they learn to stand alone with God. Pain removes dependence on people and replaces it with dependence on God. Because there are certain levels God is taking you to where human support will be limited. There are places in destiny where only God can sustain you. So he allows pain to disconnect you from false sources of strength and reconnect you to him. Pain also builds your discernment. After you have been betrayed, you become wiser. After you have been rejected, you become stronger. After you have been disappointed, you become deeper. Not because pain is good, but because God uses pain as a tool for your development. There are versions of you that could only be born through pain. The strong version of you, the disciplined version of you, the fearless version of you, the version of you that no longer breaks easily. You may not like the process, but you will love the result. Because when God finishes his work in you, you will not be the same person. The things that used to stop you will no longer stop you. The things that used to scare you will no longer scare you. The things that used to break you will no longer break you. You will carry a strength that came from surviving. You will carry a wisdom that came from experience. You will carry an authority that came from endurance. The enemy thought the pain would destroy you, but he did not know that the pain would empower you. He did not know that the pain would deepen your prayer life. He did not know that the pain would strengthen your spirit. Because there is something powerful about a person who refused to give up in pain. A person who continued to believe in pain. A person who continued to pray in pain. That person becomes dangerous to darkness. Because they cannot be easily shaken. They cannot be easily discouraged. They cannot be easily stopped. And one day, the same pain that made you cry will become the testimony that makes you speak. The same pain that made you weak will become the strength that makes you stand. The same pain that made you question will become the evidence that God was with you all along. You will not leave this season empty. You will leave this season stronger. You will leave this season wiser. You will leave this season prepared, because your pain was not the end of your story. Your pain was the beginning of your transformation. There is a truth that many people miss. Every moment of waiting, every tear shed in silence, every unanswered question in your heart has a purpose. God does not allow confusion, delay, or mystery in your life without a reason. Every season carries meaning. And every trial carries a lesson. When you are in the middle of a long wait, it is easy to question God, to wonder if he has forgotten you, or to feel that your prayers have gone unheard. But the reality is that God is working in ways you cannot yet see. And he is preparing a revelation that will bring clarity to everything you have endured. God connects meaning to your waiting. There are times when nothing makes sense on the surface, but the deeper spiritual reality is that he is orchestrating every detail for your good. Every closed door, every disappointment, every delay is a piece of a divine puzzle. And when the appointed time comes, suddenly the confusion that weighed on your spirit will fall away. You will look back and say, now I understand why it happened this way. Now I understand why I had to wait. Now I understand why I had to endure. This is the principle of God's timing. Clarity always follows preparation. Before he reveals your blessing, he wants to reveal the purpose of the process. Without understanding the meaning of your waiting, many people fall into despair, give up, or make choices that divert them from their destiny. But God has a plan to bring understanding. He wants you to recognize that nothing in your life is random, that every challenge has a reason, and that every moment of waiting is an opportunity to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Your long wait is not a sign of God's neglect. It is evidence of his precision. He is aligning people, places, and circumstances according to his perfect plan. He is orchestrating events in a way that no human eye can see. He is arranging connections that will bring your breakthrough and open doors that no one can shut. Every delay has a purpose. It is teaching you patience. It is strengthening your faith, and it is deepening your understanding of God's sovereignty. There is a season when questions will be answered and mysteries revealed. What once caused confusion will now produce clarity. What once caused pain will now produce understanding. What once caused frustration will now produce testimony. God connects meaning to waiting because he wants you to see the bigger picture. Life is not just a series of random events. It is a divinely orchestrated journey with a purpose behind every step. The key to unlocking the meaning in your waiting is faith. Faith allows you to trust God even when you cannot see the outcome. Faith allows you to continue standing even when the path seems unclear. Faith allows you to believe that the silence you are experiencing is not abandonment but preparation. When you maintain faith during your waiting, God is able to reveal the lessons, the strategies, and the insights that will prepare you for your next level. Your waiting season also develops spiritual discernment. When clarity finally comes, you will recognize the wisdom in what you endured. You will understand why certain people were kept away from you. You will understand why certain doors did not open. You will understand why some opportunities were delayed. God's purpose is not only to bless you, but also to guide you, to teach you, and to prepare you to receive with understanding and wisdom. Many people fail to see that meaning often comes after endurance. What feels like a long, meaningless season is actually a time of divine refinement. Just as gold must go through fire to be purified, so too must your spirit go through challenges to be strengthened. Every disappointment is a hidden lesson. Every obstacle is a hidden preparation. Every delay is a hidden blessing in disguise. And when the appointed time comes, everything will make sense. The confusion, the frustration, and the unanswered questions will all be reconciled. The pieces of the puzzle will come together perfectly. You will see how God's hand moved in ways you never noticed. You will understand why you had to wait, why you had to pray, and why you had to endure. The long wait will transform into revelation, and your patience will be rewarded with clarity. So I declare over your life today, every moment of waiting will produce understanding. Every tear shed will produce wisdom. Every unanswered prayer will produce insight. You will not leave this season confused or frustrated. You will live with clarity, with revelation, and with the ability to see God's hand moving in your life. Your waiting will make sense, and your patience will bring forth a harvest of understanding, testimony, and breakthrough. The season of confusion is ending. The season of waiting is nearing completion. God is about to reveal the meaning behind every delay. The lessons will be clear, the paths will be aligned, and the mysteries will be solved. Everything you have prayed for, everything you have hoped for, everything you have waited for is about to come into divine clarity. Your long wait is not wasted. Your long wait is not meaningless. Your long wait is about to make sense. There is a principle in the kingdom of God that many people overlook. Persistence activates divine manifestation. Many believers pray for breakthroughs, for favor, for their promises to be fulfilled, yet they give up too soon. They expect God's timing to match their impatience. They desire results immediately, and when they do not see progress, they grow weary, discouraged, or even turn back. But the truth is that consistency, persistence, and unwavering faith are the gateways to the manifestation of God's power in your life. Persistence is not simply repeating a prayer or attending a service. Persistence is standing firm in faith, even when there is no visible evidence of change. It is believing God in silence when everything around you says otherwise. It is holding on to the promises of God when your emotions want to let go. It is trusting Him when your natural understanding cannot make sense of the situation. True persistence is born from faith that refuses to be shaken by circumstances. The Bible teaches that the persistent widow obtained justice not because she was louder than everyone else, but because she refused to give up. Her persistence activated the power of the kingdom to respond. Similarly, your consistent prayer, your continued fasting, your unwavering trust, and your daily commitment to stand in faith are all mechanisms that release God's intervention. The more persistent you are, the more you position yourself for sudden breakthroughs. Many times people fail to receive because they give up before the appointed time. They stop believing, they stop standing, and they stop praying, thinking that God has forgotten them. But the truth is that God is waiting for you to align with His timing. Persistence is the spiritual key that unlocks doors that otherwise remain closed. Persistence shows God that your faith is not shallow, that your trust is not conditional, and that your commitment is unwavering. Persistence also strengthens your character. While you wait, the enemy will attempt to shake your faith, to discourage you, to plant doubt, and to make you question God's promises. But if you remain steadfast, your endurance grows, your spiritual muscles develop, your faith deepens. You begin to operate in a higher dimension where miracles can manifest because your heart and mind are fully aligned with God's will. Persistence refines you into someone capable of sustaining the blessings God is about to release. Every season of waiting is an invitation to persist. Every delay is a call to stand firm. Every unanswered prayer is an opportunity to trust more deeply. God honors those who refuse to quit, and He responds to those who keep pressing despite the opposition, despite the silence, and despite the challenges. Your persistence signals to heaven that you are ready for the next level, that you are prepared to handle the breakthrough, and that you are serious about your alignment with God's plan. There is a law in the spirit. The door that opens to those who persist cannot be shut by the enemy. While the lazy and faint-hearted are left frustrated, those who remain steadfast will see favor, opportunity, and blessings that were previously hidden. Persistence awakens God's attention. It invites His intervention. It positions you where sudden manifestations of his power become inevitable. Do not underestimate the power of a consistent life of faith. Every prayer you refuse to quit praying, every fast you refuse to stop, every step of obedience you refuse to abandon, every act of trust you refuse to compromise is a seed being sown into the spiritual realm. And seed sown with persistence always produce harvest. Sometimes the harvest takes longer than you expected, but it will come. And when it comes, it will overwhelm your understanding, because it was born from unshakable persistence. Persistence also inspires miracles. When God sees a person who refuses to give up, he shifts in their favor. When God sees a heart that will not quit, he moves to release supernatural acceleration. The very prayers you thought were unnoticed are being recorded in heaven, and the very seeds you thought were wasted are being multiplied. Persistence produces results not according to human speed, but according to divine wisdom and timing. Your breakthrough will not be delayed because of God. Your delay is not a denial. It is the preparation for a persistent heart to fully appreciate, steward, and multiply what he is about to give. Everything you have held on to faithfully, everything you have prayed consistently, everything you have believed without wavering will bring a sudden manifestation of God's glory in your life. So I declare over you today, your persistence is not in vain. Your faithfulness will awaken God's intervention. Your consistency will open doors that were once closed. Your unyielding trust will invite blessings that cannot be stopped. The prayers you have refused to abandon will be answered. The promises you have remained faithful to will be fulfilled. The time is coming when your persistence will pay off. The moment is approaching when all that you have sown in faith will manifest visibly. Your breakthrough will be sudden, undeniable, and powerful, because God honors those who persist. Stay faithful, stay consistent, keep standing. Your persistence will activate your divine manifestation. There is a principle in the kingdom of God that cannot be overstated. Your appointed time cannot be stopped. There is a moment that heaven has scheduled for your breakthrough, your elevation, and your divine manifestation. This moment is not dependent on human approval, not influenced by the opinions of others, and not subject to the limitations of time as you perceive it. There is a divine clock ticking on your behalf, and no power in heaven or on earth can delay what God has already ordained. Too often, we grow weary because we think time is running against us. We compare our journey to the progress of others and wonder why doors have not opened yet. We watch as others seem to move faster, receive quicker, or experience what we have been praying for, and doubt begins to creep in. But God operates outside of the world's timetable. He is not late, he is precise. What may look like delay is actually the perfect alignment of events that will bring maximum impact to your life. Your appointed time is anchored in God's perfect wisdom. Nothing can overtake it. No opposition, no enemy attack, no circumstance can prevent it. While people may try to hinder your progress, heaven is orchestrating your steps. While challenges arise, God is setting the stage for your glory. There is a divine moment preordained by God when all that has been promised to you will come to pass. The enemy may try to discourage you, but he cannot cancel what God has scheduled. There are lessons in waiting for your appointed time. Waiting teaches patience, endurance, and trust. It cultivates humility and reliance on God rather than on people. It strengthens your spirit so that when the breakthrough comes, you will be able to handle it without being overwhelmed. If your elevation or blessing came before you were ready, it could destroy you. God's timing ensures that you are fully prepared to receive what he has promised. Many fail to understand that opposition is often a sign that your appointed time is near. When you face resistance, delays, or unexpected challenges, it is not necessarily a sign that God has forgotten you. It is often a confirmation that something significant is about to manifest in your life. The closer you are to your divine moment, the greater the resistance will seem. The enemy fights hardest right before he loses, and your appointed time cannot be stopped by his schemes. God's appointed time is also a reminder that your life is not random. There is purpose in every delay, meaning in every struggle, and strategy in every challenge. The moments you have endured, the battles you have fought, and the prayers you have offered are all converging to bring a manifestation that is tailor-made for you. No one else can experience it on your behalf, and no one else can take what is meant for you. The universe may seem chaotic, but God's timing is precise and perfect. Faith is required to align yourself with your appointed time. You must refuse to give in to doubt, despair, or impatience. You must continue to stand, continue to believe, and continue to walk in obedience. Your faith positions you to recognize your divine moment when it arrives. Persistence in prayer, integrity in your actions, and obedience to God's leading ensure that you are ready when the appointed time is revealed. Understand also that your appointed time is unstoppable because it is divinely protected. While you sleep, God is working. While you are unaware, the heavens are moving. While the enemy schemes, God is arranging events for your favor. Nothing that happens in the natural can derail what is already sealed in the spiritual. Your destiny has divine signatures that cannot be forged, delayed, or destroyed. There will come a day when all the pieces of your journey will fall into place. The doors that remained closed will open. Opportunities that seemed lost will reappear. Relationships that were meant to be aligned with your destiny will connect at exactly the right moment. Every prayer you have prayed, every tear you have shed, and every act of faith you have offered will converge to manifest the glory of God in your life. The key is to remain steadfast and patient. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Trust the unseen work of God even when you cannot trace it. Keep your eyes on him, not on the delays, setbacks, or opposition. The appointed time is approaching, and no circumstance can prevent it from arriving. I declare over your life that your appointed time is unstoppable. The blessings, breakthroughs, and manifestations that God has promised you will not be hindered. No power of darkness can resist it. No human interference can alter it. Every plan of the enemy designed to delay you will fail. Your elevation is ordained. Your breakthrough is scheduled. Your manifestation is guaranteed. Get ready, because the moment God has appointed for your life is coming. All the waiting, praying, hoping, and trusting you have done will converge into a season of undeniable breakthrough. Your appointed time cannot be stopped, and when it arrives, everything that has delayed you will make sense. You are about to enter the fullness of God's perfect timing, and nothing will prevent it. As we reflect on the journey of faith, it becomes clear that every season in your life has a divine purpose. The waiting, the delays, the disappointments, and the struggles are not meaningless. They are the tools God uses to prepare you, refine you, and align you with his perfect plan. Your long wait is not a sign of neglect. It is a sign of preparation, protection, and divine strategy. Every tear you have shed, every unanswered prayer, and every challenge you have faced has been working together to position you for the breakthrough that is coming. The principle we must grasp is that God operates on his perfect timing, not ours. What may seem delayed to you is never delayed in heaven. Doors remain closed not to deny you, but to protect you from what you are not yet ready to handle. Opportunities may seem lost, but God is redirecting you to what is best for your destiny. Every season of waiting has a lesson, a purpose, and a hidden blessing that will become clear when your appointed time arrives. Persistence, faith, and trust are the keys that unlock the manifestation of God's promises. The consistent prayers, the unwavering belief, and the endurance through pain and delay position you for supernatural intervention. Your appointed time cannot be stopped. No opposition, no delay, no human circumstance can prevent the fulfillment of what God has already ordained. When your breakthrough comes, everything will make sense. Every struggle will reveal its purpose. Every delay will show its divine reason. And every pain will demonstrate its hidden strength. So hold on, stand firm, trust God's timing. Keep praying, keep believing, and keep persevering. Your long wait is about to make sense. Your season of manifestation is at hand. The doors of your destiny are about to open, and the glory of God will be revealed in your life. Everything you have endured is about to turn into a testimony, and your faithfulness will result in a harvest that will inspire, bless, and glorify the name of God forever. Your time has come.